We're gonna be talking about tantric and psychic sexuality. And we also have a special guest. Go ahead and introduce yourself, bro.
Yo, it's ETHERIK. You can find me on Instagram, SoundCloud, ETHERIK, nameless.1.3 on Instagram.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And I'm definitely gonna add them links in the description below for everybody to go ahead and check you out and support, show some love. You know what I'm saying? But we're gonna dive straight into it. This is our second time recording this goddamn episode because the first one it just randomly deleted, y'all. So but anyways, I'm gonna go ahead and start it off, say my part, and hand it off to you because you put me on to tantric. You know what I'm saying? Tantric and shit like that. I've never heard of it.
Mm-hmm.
And once you sent me a couple books about this, and when I was diving into it and looking at some YouTube videos and shit, I'm like, okay, so this the shit that I really been on. All right, hello, can you hear me?
Yeah.
All right, cool. That joint restarted because my alarm didn't start it. That's wild. All right. With tantric and psychic sexuality, you need to have discernment on what and how you perceive your sexual preferences. So, my understanding and my perspective on this shit is when it comes to tantric and psychic sexuality, you have to understand what you like. What is your desires when it comes to playing with those sexual tension, that sexual energy? You know what I'm saying? Is it holding eye contact? Is it physical touch? Is it being it's having intellectual conversations? What is your sexual preference? You feel me? Because if you don't know your sexual preference, you basically gonna be consuming anything, consuming whatever, as far as being with someone. And even with yourself, because if you don't know your sexual preferences, then you're just an open possession to whatever. You know what I'm saying? To whatever. Without actually having your own knowing and understanding of what you like. And I like this because a lot of people try to sweep shit like this under the rug when it comes to talking about tantric and psychic sexuality and sexual energy because to a lot of people it seems uncomfortable because they don't know too much about it and they don't know their sexual preferences or they're just scared to talk about it because it feels wrong. But when you look at it deeper on a deeper scale, sexual energy is damn near, if not higher than the frequency of love. You know, people do the most fucked up shit out of sexual energy, but people also do one of the most beautiful and loving things out of sexual energy. And so, you know, you want to tap into your emotional and psychological not disorders, but emotional and psychological desires, excuse me. You know what I'm saying? Now, in my notes, I'm going to ask some questions that goddamn the viewers, you know what I'm saying, for the people to answer for themselves. And it's what is your mental and emotional aspects that you find stimulating sexually? You know what I'm saying? Because like I said again, connecting with this aspect of yourself, you're able to create and build a union within your own self. Love and shit, I feel like, yeah, you can love yourself and shit like that. But if you don't love your sexual desires or your sexual energy or you're scared to tap into that energy, then how are you able to love yourself fully? Because that sexual energy starts from the root all the way up through the crown. That sexual energy ain't got shit to do with just lust and just the root chakra and things of that nature. That shit got a lot to do with the heart and more. But like I just said, it don't have to be sexually intimate with something that can trigger a desire within you, which you can then transmute, you know what I'm saying? Rather through music or meditation or she don't see me. Or whatever the hell that may be. And I say that because when you look at different texts and shit like that, especially Egyptian texts, Osiris, he would basically charge up his energy by, you know, doing what he got to do, but then he would lay down. He wouldn't release his energy. He would lay down. He would do some breathing exercises and guide all of that energy right back up. And then he would go ahead and set some intentions and act on his plan. And he would literally watch the magic work for him as he's acting. But it'd be in a more goddamn, I don't know how to explain that part. I ain't even gonna lie. What is your thoughts when basically transmuting sexual energy?
I see it as honestly, I see it as honestly, burning away as far as like when it comes to, you know, sexual energy manifestation. I see it as burning away blockages. You know what I'm saying? So you
Mm.
can reach that highest potential, within yourself for real, for real. I mean, all programs, you know what I'm saying? All programs that you think is who you are, you know what I'm saying, as far as like what you can do, you know what I'm saying, what you can, I guess, you know what I'm saying, utilize without limitation. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm. I like I like the fact that you said without limitation. I'm gonna just add on to that. So dealing with this shit, like I keep saying, it doesn't have to be just a intimate thing, a sexually intimate thing. It can be something as powerful and simple as eye contact, building up that sexual energy through eye contact from somebody across the room, or whatever the case may be. But it's not necessarily, oh, let me build up this sexual energy through eye contact so we can, you know what? Nah, it's more so just strengthening the connection between you two, creating a better union if between you two, you know. And I even do this on a day-to-day basis with people that I genuinely love, just as far as, okay, if I love and respect you, then I'm gonna give you eye contact. Eye contact on the base level is sexual energy. And when you learn to keep that energy and contact between you two, it's like you build upon y'all's relationship. You see what I'm saying? So that shit is just very interesting. That shit is very, very interesting. When you look at it like that, as far as it being sexual energy instead of, oh, it's just contact, eye contact is something that we have to do. Like, nah, it can be something much more greater. It can be shit like a game.
Yeah. It's an actual technique called eye gazing, you know what I'm saying? It, like you were saying, it increased that connection. But that's a level of intimacy that people are afraid of. You know, it's intimidating to hold eye contact with somebody. You have to be open and able to trust yourself and that person to be able to tap in on that level with somebody on that intimate level for real.
Hmm.
No guards up when it comes to eye contact.
All right, that's interesting. I like that. That's very interesting. Truly. But I'm gonna go ahead and continue to move on and read on from my notes. So, one, when it comes to this shit, you want to understand your mental health. Just like bro just said, there's no guards up when you're having eye contact. So if you're the type of nigga to have anxiety and you don't know yourself, then holding eye contact is going to be difficult for you. Or becoming intimate or tantric in general, psychic sexuality in general is going to be difficult for you. So you have to know where you're at within your own mental health before trying to do this shit with anybody. Really do it with yourself before, you know what I'm saying, anybody. Mirror gazing or just knowing. your sexual preferences and desires and shit like that. Shit like that on the base level. And another question for y'all. And bro, if you want to, you can also answer this as well. But what is your excuse me. What is your psychosexual development? The development of sexual or intimate identity. Now that's very interesting. Tantric is achieving enlightenment, union, and divinity with the divine within you through many techniques and rituals. It teaches everything in the universe is interconnected and that the divine exists within all aspects of life, teaching sexuality by learning to guide and control your sexual energy. Being able to use sexual energy without being intimate, which could awaken a force of enlightenment. And so, that last part, the shit that I had wrote down, um, sexual energy without being intimate, which could awaken a force of enlightenment. That shit is powerful. That shit is a very powerful awakening because you get to a point where you're so comfortable within your sexual energy, can't nobody tell you nothing. You know what I'm saying? Can't nobody tell you, for example, a prostitute. A prostitute knows that she's a prostitute. A prostitute knows her boundaries. A prostitute knows what she's going to do to get her money. It can't nobody tell her nothing different. She's comfortable within her own sexual energy. You know, she's accepted that. She already know that is who she are. So even within all that, if y'all peep game, not on no movie or GTA shit when they come to prostitutes and shit like that, not them down bad prostitutes. But if you peep game, a lot of prostitutes and shit like that on a higher level know themselves. They know their worth. They know their boundaries. They carry a lot of sexual energy, but it's not because they probably busted it open for a nigga. It's not because of that. Or it's not because they twerk for money or do whatever the case for money. It's simply because she know who she is. Like I said, she's comfortable within her own energy. And that shit makes her, it don't make her, but it forces her to reach new heights and levels within herself so she can see that shit within her external reality. And yeah, sexuality by learning to guide and control your energy. I want to get back to that with the Osiris story. As a man, I'm gonna speak from a man's perspective. A lot of men speak about semen retention, but they don't talk about how to actually control and guide that energy to benefit you. You know what I'm saying? The short and long run. When it comes to charging up that sexual energy in your Dantian area or in the area where there feels like a lot of sexual attention, you want to goddamn guard that shit up. You want to breathe in and control that energy, set some intentions. You know what I'm saying? So that shit can work for you instead of you getting this feeling of sexual energy. Now you feel like you have to release it, or now you feel like you have to be with somebody, become intimate with somebody to feel some type of success or to feel some type of release. When the whole time this sexual energy is just telling you to move it around. Use me to manifest. Use me to plan, to structure, to set goals and shit like that. You know, this shit is not just about creating sexual energy just to hold on to it, but more so turn it into an empire, turn that shit into a legacy.
Mm-hmm.
And so that's all I really have to say on my end, bro. I do have a question as far as like when it comes to tantric and achieving enlightenment through that shit, as far as okay, tantric with another being, experiencing that if you have, what is the experience of that intimately?
Intimately, honestly, if you're not like prepared to be intimate on that level, it's like almost it's really like seeing yourself. You know what I'm saying? Honestly, it's like seeing your own reflection in another body, but on another level. Not just how people say reflection. It's like literally looking at yourself in a mirror. And then you interacting with this person, you know what I'm saying? And it's like a telepathic communication. It's like the energy takes over. Ain't no more, you know what I'm saying, who you are. It's just pure energy for real. And you have to let the energy lead for real. That's how the experience was, just letting the energy lead. And I'm doing whatever the energy say do. Whatever this person is wanting of me to do. You know what I'm saying? It's not a selfish thing. It's an intuitive thing. And uniting with somebody on that level, you can really see, you know what I'm saying, your energy come alive. You know what I'm saying? The primal aspect of yourself. It goes beyond, you know what I'm saying, just sensation. You can feel, you know what I'm saying, that you can feel that kundalini energy take over. You know what I'm saying? And that's what's guiding the show for real. No cap.
That's interesting. So it's almost like, well, with my experience, it's almost like damn near what you were saying, but I'm gonna say it felt like a cosmic force of energy. Some shit coming, not even down upon me, but it's like some cosmic force within me releasing. But I can also feel it around my whole energy field, like around me, my whole aura field.
Mm.
And okay, so for me, it was like levels. After that, it was like, damn, I started feeling sexual energy within and also without, like coming from out of my body and being able to shoot sexual energy from my hands into the female that I was with at the time.
Mm.
And before all that, this is why I bring up the psychic sexuality part. Because when you do become intimate, there's levels to make this shit not as intimate, but still being able to experience the sexual pleasure and desire that you may need to.
Mm-hmm.
That eye contact, man. That eye contact is something serious, bro.
Hell yeah.
Cause, cause okay, before you become intimate with somebody and shit like that, that eye contact is really what builds up that tension. It's what sets the mood. It's what okay, like I'm giving you the permission to goddamn let me know what's going on and vice versa.
Mm.
And so now when folks do get to that level to becoming intimate, this shit is damn near, it's cosmic. It's beautiful. It's not just lustful or let me get my rocks off. Let me, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
FYB.
Mm-hmm.
It ain't got nothing to do with that. Like you said, it's like a union, building a union, literally coming together. You start to see and feel other parts of yourself become alive, more awakened.
Mm.
Damn, I love that you said the primal energy within yourself starts to become awakened because it also aligns what I was saying in the beginning as far as your sexual energy don't just align or sit with your root chakra or your lustful side. That shit also connects with your heart, your crown chakra, the cosmic aspect of yourself, your solar chakra and shit.
Mm-hmm.
It's it's really something that's just truly divine. And it's just different levels to it. Just like love as well. Love, hate is also love, but just a lower form.
Mm.
Just like lust is also sex, but just a lower form. Or sexuality. Damn, this shit really got me thinking, man. With the psychic sexuality, I like to toy with psychic sexuality. I like to be able to recognize my sexual desires and sexual energy and being able to activate it off will without seeing a female, without being intimate, or without having something outside of myself trigger that energy. You
Mm-hmm.
see what I'm saying? So it's like I can be able to activate it to do something. Okay, I can activate my psychic sexuality to practice some telekinesis
Mm.
or to practice my goals, to practice my speaking, my communication, things of that nature. Like I keep saying, it doesn't have to be an intimate thing
Mm-hmm.
or a relationship with somebody else. It gets way deeper. It gets way, way, way deep. Motherfuckers that got pets probably understand. Niggas don't even know. A lot of the love that come from your pets is sexual energy.
Mm. I ain't know that.
Man, this is just my observation. I ain't saying this is a scientific fact, but when you look at motherfuckers that got dogs and shit, bro, especially videos and in real life, these motherfuckers be loving on their pets to the point it's like damn, like they'll damn near do anything for their pet. It's not just love, but you can
Say
how can
like
I put
sexual
this?
excitement.
Sexual excitement. Exactly.
Yeah.
Sexual excitement. With animals in general. Cause I done seen some wild shit with goddamn people being in love with their pets, like on some real shit.
Mm-hmm.
And they'd be like, man, I wish I can do more than petting my pet. But it's just that sexual excitement. It's that love. It's but their understanding of it, they think that it's just some other shit.
Mm-hmm. It's unconditional.
Exactly.
Just feeling that pure vibration.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Shit.
That shit comes with a lot of acceptance. Like shit, look at the obese people. The people that know that they fat as hell, they know they gonna die, but they still love food. That's their love. That's also their sexual desire. These niggas eat food and be moaning. like like these niggas be making the most wildest food comments and shit. This is why they got a thing called food porn.
Mm-hmm.
Like that shit is like you said, sexual excitement. It's just very interesting the levels and where it can go dealing with tantric and psychic sexuality and things of that nature. But man, we definitely gotta have a part two when it comes to just tantric in general
Yeah.
because that's something powerful, man. Like I said, I've been reading, learning, and it's just like, damn, within this shit, is really no limits. There's no limits with this shit. It can it's such a broad field. You can experience this shit in so many ways unconsciously.
Right. Bro, and like you were saying, like it's not just sexual. Like it's some shit called. I mean, yoga is a part of tantra. You know what I'm saying?
Mm.
It's a practice called Tantra-Tantric-Different. You know what I'm saying? That's a Hindu practice, but it still deal with the five elements and the five senses, purifying them just like tantra. You know what I'm saying? When you uniting with a person, you activating and you utilizing all the five senses. You know what I'm saying? To fully awaken the whole being. You know what I'm saying? For union. It's the same thing with Tantra-Tantric, but you doing it with yourself. And it's a more
Mm.
inward experience of purification.
Mm.
You know,
Go, go.
Tantra-Tantric.
That shit made me think, man. I really like that. That really made me think because I've experienced some type of sexual orgasm doing yoga.
Hmm.
No bullshit. Being in a certain position, and it's like, whoa, where the fuck this energy coming from?
Word.
But you realizing through this shit, it's like you opening up portals within. But you got
Yeah.
to learn to surrender with this shit.
Yes, sir.
Learn to surrender. You surrender, you'll grow. You'll have more experience. Hey, man, I appreciate you for this, dog. This is very, very insightful.
Sir, appreciate you for having me, bro.
Hell yeah, man. This ain't gonna be the goddamn last. You feel me?
Yeah,
I definitely look forward to have you on more episodes, on more videos and podcasts and shit.
for sure, bro.
Indeed, man. Y'all go ahead and make sure y'all check them out down below. Leave some comments, leave some questions, whatever. And we out.
All right, peace.
Peace.